welcome to this video. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's having fun. And I hope the universe is treating you fairly. I was cleaning up my hard drive and moving everything to my backup drives. And I came across some videos that I did way back in 2016, like almost 10 years ago. Like the summer before we moved out to, like July, August before we moved out here, or even maybe even earlier than that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this intro, and I'm gonna squish this intro onto those videos and put them up just for your enjoyment, just because of they're interesting. I don't even remember what video editing software I used back then, so it is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Seeing me with like no facial hair and short hair, it's just kind of weird. Or I should say I have a mustache, but I don't think. No, I think I just retired. I retired in February 2016. So, yeah, I think I had the goatee and mustache, and the hair was still short. So, hope you enjoy it. It's on photography, taking pictures. So, I think this is the introduction video. I only did like one or two, maybe three videos. So I'm going to put those together and upload them for your enjoyment. And I hope you have fun. And remember to be a good person. Be good to other people. Peace.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube/Facebook group. This channel is designed for hobbyists, enthusiasts, and amateurs. I do not know all there is to know about photography. This channel is simply my views on photography, my exploits, things I've done good, things I've done bad. I'm not trying, or nor do I claim to be an expert. I hope that I get comments and feedback where if I'm in error on something, that the error is pointed out and possibly correction to the error. I'm not afraid of criticism or comment, even obscene, obtuse, and vulgar comments. It's just part of life. You're going to piss somebody off sometime, somewhere. But with that being said, a little bit about myself. Like I said, I've grown up shooting 35 millimeter film. The digital age kicked off, and I still hold some of the old sins and things associated with 35 millimeter film. I'm trying to overcome them and get more adapted to digital photography. I still think with a film mindset sometimes. As I said before, this is not an all-knowing, all-seeing channel. It is my hopes to teach or help people in their pursuits of photography, while maybe at the same time receiving knowledge that will help me better mine. To start out, I'm going to say that I do shoot most of my photography on a Nikon D70. It's an older digital 35 millimeter. It has some bells and whistles, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the newer digital 35s on the market. Actually, compared to some of the stuff I've seen recently, it's rather anemic. But I have found it to be a reliable camera. It's tough camera. I've been in pouring down rain and had to change lenses, and the cameras come through with a champ. And it is just an awesome camera. I got it on the cheap. You could get them on eBay for about between $100 and $200. Not a very expensive camera. The lenses, on the other hand, you're going to pay. I picked up, a friend of mine bought me a Nikon 35 to 80 millimeter with a 52 millimeter objective for $30. You can go from there. I've seen them on eBay as low as $20. I've seen lenses up as high as $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. It's all in what you're doing and how you're shooting. I do plan on sharing images that I've taken in my videos just to help with, showing what I've done. And as I get better and more confident in shooting videos, I will probably do more on location videos, plus, explorations into why I'm shooting it, setting up a shot, where I shoot, where I like to shoot. Currently live in Southeast Texas. I'm in an apartment, getting ready to move into a house. With that being said, I plan on trying to do one, maybe two videos a month. If I can squeeze the time in to get 3, 4, 5 videos, I will. Like I said, it's just shooting good photography on a budget. There are some really, really great professionals that have YouTube channels that I've learned a lot. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy the gear that they have. So I make do with what my budget allows. With that being said, I'm going to show off. This is my Nikon D7. I currently have a 35 to 80 millimeter lens on it. I use this lens. This is my workhorse lens. I use the crap out of it. Like I say, it does a large chunk of my work for me. I do have a telephoto lens, which I use occasionally. I use it more in some of my hobbies, in which there's a lot of action and stuff, and it's unsafe to be close. So that's a lot of times when I use the telephoto lens. But mainly, my 35 to 80 millimeter lens is my workhorse. And the workhorse filter that I use with that lens is my CPL, or circular polarizing lens. In Southeast Texas, we have really, really harsh, bright, sunny summers. This lens right here, this is a fairly inexpensive lens. It is a 52 millimeter. It's made by a company called FS. I love this filter. It keeps a lot of, even shooting into the sun, it keeps a lot of glare off. You don't get, when you're shooting into the sun or the sun at your back, you don't get a lot of the sky popping out or a lot of the colors, but it does remove glare, which makes for some really good photos. Let's see what happens when I put it over the front of my webcam. To give you an idea, you got a lot of blue in there, but that's kind of what it does. It is on a circular rim. It turns and gets darker and lighter as you turn it. The next lens that I use a lot is a fairly inexpensive lens. It's Newer. It's made by a company called Newer. This is the back is 52 millimeter and it broadens out here to 62 millimeter. It's a wide angle. It's a 0.45 multiplier, and this comes in handy. A couple years ago, me and my wife were in Colorado, and we went to Garden of the Gods, and with a lot of the stone structures and stuff at that park, this lens made some really, really great, fantastic pictures possible, and that allowed me to get a lot of the rock formations, the entirety of the rock formation, where the lens, the 35 to 80 lens by itself wouldn't. Another great feature about this Newer lens is you screw it, you unscrew it, and this is a macro lens. The back part of it, it's 52 millimeter. It's a nice little macro lens. When we were in Colorado, I got some really good pictures of some snow crystals and some real close up on plant leaves and many other things. Like I said, this is probably my second workhorse thing that I use. And a totally useless filter that I will run with my CPL filter this is a Hoya UV filter. It is just simply a clear piece of glass. It's a remnant of the film days. The digital cameras aren't susceptible to the UV light like the film cameras were. I have it. If you buy a new lens at a camera store and the sales clerk tries to upsell you a UV lens, that's what he's doing. He's upselling. He's selling you a piece of clear glass that you don't need. If you already have the lens, or a person, you buy a lens and it already has the filter on it, you can use it or not use it. It doesn't have very much effect on the overall image. Like I said, I use it in conjunction with my circular polarizing filter, just out of, it's a habit from film days. They screw in like just any, like filters when you're piggybacking filters. So that's that. And a filter that I received as a gift from a friend, let me see if I can find it. Yep, here it is a Mirage lens. And it has some pretty cool effects. It's made by Kinco, and the box that it came in was fairly old. I honestly believe that this dates back, judging by the packaging and the research I did on the internet, this is probably a late 70s, maybe even early as mid 70s lens. It is old film camera lens. It works really well, even with digital photography. Let's place this over the There we go. This gives you an idea. It's getting a little bit of reflection and stuff off it, but you get the idea. Like the CPL lens, it turns and moves. It has a ring, and you can turn it. It even has a little handle, shows you turning it. It's just a neat little toy. It makes for some really interesting portraits, and it screws in real well with the newer wide-angle lens. And like I said, they're all of these. This was, like I said, this was free. It was given to me. A friend of mine got it, saw it at an estate sale, and figured I could use it. And he was right, because I do. I use the piss out of it. So I hope to see people coming back, comments, suggestions, ideas. Over time, I plan on doing a whole lot more, doing more on location video, and hopefully we can get something going. Like I said, I don't know everything, nor do I pretend to know everything. But one last thing before I go. There's always been, as far back as I can remember, the whole Nikon versus Canon thing. My personal experience is any given class of Nikon and its counterpart made by Canon are pretty much the same character. Same character, same camera, same. There are some very fine details that one person might like over another, or one particular feature over one brand, but it comes down to the person pushing the button and your lenses and your use of your filters. The camera itself is what it is. Personal preference. So I prefer the Nikon. That's what I like to use. There's nothing wrong with the Canons. There's nothing wrong with any other of the digital 35s out on the market. You just got to find what works for you. Come back, visit back often, about once every 2 weeks. See if I post another video. That's what my goal is. It's middle of July, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do another one for July with upcoming move. So check around. First week of August, I should have my next video up. Until then, enjoy. Sorry to jump cut this in like this, but I'm going to leave you with some of the images I've taken recently, just basically to show off is what I'm doing. So sit back, enjoy the images, and have a good time. I'm going to try to have how I shot them, what I shot them with, label on images, but I won't guarantee anything, as I have to, when I finish this video, stop and do some other things, then come back to it. So have fun, enjoy, peace.
them. Do you know where your children are?